I'm your host, Pat's Path Predictor. We have breaking news. Alright, so this is the situation we have right here. This is now Tropical Storm Blas right here. I'm not sure how you pronounce that, but yeah, this is it right here. It was Invest last night, last time we covered this. Now we have a tropical storm on our hands. And not just a tropical storm, but a storm that appears to be rapidly organizing and has intensified by quite a lot. In fact, we have the latest from the NHC right here. At 10 a.m. Central Daylight Time, the center of Tropical Storm Blas was located near latitude 13.9 north, longitude 102.1 west. It is moving to the north at 2 miles per hour. Little movement is expected today, followed by a more steady motion towards the west-northwest through midweek. Maximum sustained winds have increased to near 45 miles per hour with higher gusts. Strengthening is forecast, and Blas could become a hurricane late Wednesday. Tropical storm force winds also extend out 45 miles from the center. The pressure's down to 1,002 millibars. So that's the situation we have right here. In fact, the tropical Tidbits now has the pressure down to 1,000 millibars right now as of 1 p.m. or 18 UTC. 100 UTC. Let's go ahead and take a look at the cone right here. This is the cone. A lot of the tropical storm force winds right now are on the right side last time we looked at it. So there's that. It's expected to strengthen. It is expected to strengthen to an 80 mile per hour hurricane according to the National Hurricane Center. So it looks like the GFS might have been a bit aggressive at first, but starting to come down a bit. And that and the NHC are starting to match the strength of the stuff. So let's go ahead and look at the tracks of this as well. It's all in general agreement with the cone right here. And then the intensity, the majority of the models have this at Category 1 strength. Basically between 75 and 85 miles per hour is the peak. Most of them are at hurricane strength, have it around 80 miles per hour, similar to what the NHC has put. Some have it going up all the way to 85 miles per hour, so we will have to keep an eye out for that as well as the situation develops. This thing, according to the cone, is going to basically stay off at sea. It's not going to really do that much. So this is basically the latest right here. I'm noticing that center of circulation. If we can pause this real quickly, it looks like it's right about here where that center is rotating right there. Yeah, it appears it's right there, and it looks like it doesn't look like an eye is starting to develop, but it does look like that's the center of circulation. But we'll just have to keep a close eye out on that. In fact, I want to actually go back on this. Let's actually go back to 90 frames if we can. Save that, because this is where it was last night, around 11 o'clock, and it was still an invest. And basically, actually, let's go even further back to 120 frames right here. Save that. And this is where we were. This area right here started developing last night right here, and it started intensifying. Those storms did not stop bubbling up, because when these invests happen, they usually cycle. They'll blow. The cloud tops will blow up for a few hours, and they'll calm down. They'll blow up again. Then they'll calm down in another area. But this is not calming down. You can see it right here. It becomes a tropical depression around 4 a.m. Central Time, and then it really starts to show a really good amount of rotation, as well as strengthening winds as well, as this is now a tropical storm. It's like the cloud tops, the amount of storms that are firing up, it's not slowing down right now, and there might be a bit of respite for about a few minutes or so, but that's not very much. We also have some news. We also have some news on another system we have. This is the new Invest. I'm pretty sure this is an Invest. Let's go ahead and take a look. Yeah, this is Invest 93E. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. We now have this satellite imagery rolling up. You can see that this is really blowing up right now. This will take a second. This is really starting to blow up. It's really starting to get a bit more organized right here. Let's go ahead and see what the NHC has to say about this. They're now putting it a 50-50 chance of this thing developing in both the next 48 hours and next 5 days. So it's literally a coin flip at this point. So Showers and thunderstorms off the coast of El Salvador could continue to show signs of organization in association with a trough of low pressure. Further development of the system is possible while it drifts northeastward, and it could become a tropical depression during the next couple of days. Environmental conditions are forecast to become less conducive for development by the end of the week. Regardless of development locally, heavy rainfall across portions of Nicaragua, El Salvador, Guatemala, and southern Mexico are going to happen in the next several days. The chance of this thing developing is literally a coin flip right now. And as the conditions do appear less conducive, this thing has a limited amount of time for it to develop before the conditions over and all basically they change and it can't develop anymore. So if it develops in the next day or so, then this thing will be a tropical depression. But if it still needs to organize, it's still holding off. If even by early Thursday it could still develop. But I would say the end of this thing developing, the latest it would have to develop for it to be a tropical depression would be around 1 p.m. on Thursday, as those conditions start to get worse and worse and worse for development. The conditions now for this part of the Pacific Ocean, they're good, and that's why we have blasts right here. So that's the situation we have right here. Let's go ahead and take a look at this, and let's actually go ahead and take a look at some of the modeling too. This is Blast right here. Let's go ahead and go back. Invest 93. Okay, this is it right here. So the majority of the models, they're about 50-50 as well when it comes to tropical storm strength and everything, or tropical depression strength. I'm thinking it's going to be more of a tropical depression than tropical storm. It's not really going to develop that much. The only big threat is going to be rainfall, and the tracks of this thing too. Like this is the wrong invest right here. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the wrong invest. We'll get to that in another video, but yeah, this thing's going to be a tropical depression. The ensembles have this thing meandering. It's not going to be doing anything unlike Blast right here. But yeah, we'll be keeping an eye on the situation as it develops. We're going to run this thing one last time for you guys just to show you the kind of gradual development of this, and not in real time, but you know what I mean. So yeah, this thing really is getting its act together. I've been watching it for the last few days. I've been looking at the GFS, the HMON, the HWRF, all the other models that have this thing strengthening up to a hurricane, and it's looking increasingly possible at this point. But only time will tell, so I'm going to wrap this video up right here. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. It helps me out and helps me make more videos like these. The goal of this channel is to get more people engaged with weather, which I'm hoping I'm doing here. And also to warn them of potential hazards like hurricanes, tornadoes, severe storms, etc., etc. So, with that being said, guys, have a wonderful day. Stay safe.